Are you wondering right now if they're actually your friends or not? In which category to put them? Friends? Or actually the kind of crabs that would try to drag me down and make my life worse? Bro, you might be hanging out with the wrong people. And if you're hanging out with the wrong people, this might bring shit to your life. Like, quite seriously, it might fuck up your life long term if the people around you right now, today, doesn't matter how fucking old you are, today, in few years, the people you're hanging out today are gonna have a big impact on who you are in a few years. So this is my experience, bro. I used to hang out with not so good people, man. They would drag me down. They were doing the shit happens, and so was I. You remember the saying, the 5 people you spend the most time with are gonna define who you are? Yeah. You know what? This is true. And you might ask yourself, is this true? Ask yourself, who do you spend the most time with? Like, if you put down the mark and you put hours for every single person you interact with, how much you spend time with him? It can be in school, someone you don't even like. He's still on the list, you know, you're still spending hours with him. And then put the 5 people you spend the most time with on the list. And you're gonna figure out at least a bit of every single personality is inside of you. You maybe make jokes like that guy in the 3rd place. And you maybe like make the weird faces like the guy in the 1st place. And you maybe try to walk around like the guy in the 2nd place. But you didn't even know that because you're doing it subconsciously. But you can ask yourself these questions. So, I know this from my experience because I once just randomly, subconsciously made a joke and I was like, holy fucking shit. That was literally from my classmate and I didn't like the classmate and I did that. So yeah, it's pretty fucked up. So how do you actually find your friends? First, you have bad category of friends. You have actually 3 categories. First of all, they're not even your friends, they're crabs. Basically the kind of people that would drag you down all the time. So you know there was experiments made. If you put crabs in a bucket, they would of course try to climb out in the freedom, right? And so the crab that would be the closest to escaping would actually be dragged down by other crabs because they don't want them to escape. And so this kind of people we call crabs. Whatever the fuck you're trying to get on self-improvement, I don't know, improve whatever the fuck in your life. Maybe don't go drinking today because you don't want to drink and they'll be like, oh you shitty motherfucking mate, you a loser, you crap, are you stupid? And it's kind of stupid shit, right? They're trying to drag you down. They want not good for you, they want bad for you. They literally can't look at you succeeding. They want you to be bad so they can feel better about themselves. That's the crabs. That's the people you want to spend 0 to the least possible interaction, minimum possible time with, quite literally. And then you have the other 2 categories, and that's good friends. The kind of people that actually support you. You're trying to do something good for yourself, and they'll be like, oh man, that's actually a pretty nice idea, yeah. Or maybe they respect your decisions. You say like, you know what, I'm not drinking. You know what, actually I'm not playing games anymore. You know what, actually I'm going studying right now. I don't have time. And they'll be like, alright, good, respectful. Or alright, good luck with that, man. Oh, good shit, if you need some help, man, I'm here for you. These kind of people, they're good kind of people that support you. And maybe they're doing the good habits themselves. And it's like a very good friend that you can imagine. But there is still the 3rd category, is the middle category. So the 3rd category is friends. They're your friends. They're not really degenerates, but they're not really good friends. They're doing degenerate habits, but they're not really dragging you down, and they're not really trying to help you out and feel good for you. They just don't give a fuck about you. So they kind of like use you for your attention. So whenever you're with them, it's nice and shit, but if you go, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck what you do. They don't care about you. And that's the category I would not really name friends. I would name them more like mates, you know, known people. We can maybe sit together in school, chat, maybe even work out sometime. But in the free time, I wouldn't always spend a time with him because, you know, the kind of a friend, he's not the type of friend you would always trust. That's why he's in the middle category. You don't trust him. You don't trust him your personal life, your personal problems, and all this stuff. You don't trust him about your life. You don't trust him the secrets. You don't trust him nothing. Because he's not trustworthy. Maybe, he might be a good lad, but he's not really the best lad. So that's the middle case. And whatever the fuck I'm trying to say right now, if you're trying to spend time with someone, try to spend it with the 1st category. That's the good friends. And then sometimes, 2 times, you can still spend time with the 2nd category. The normal, average people that don't really care about you, your mates. Right? But like, don't spend too much time about them. Focus on your grind over them. Alright? Over them. But your real friends, you can maybe equalize it sometimes for the relationship matters. Sometimes. And then there is the 3rd category that I said is the crabs. you don't spend time with these people. If it's possible, you never even get close to them. I mean, you can be wherever the fuck you want to be. And they come and be like, "Oh, guy, how you doing, mate?" I don't care. Get the fuck away. I mean, you don't necessarily need to say that, right? But like, you know, spend the least possible time interacting with it. Or be like, "Oh, sup, man? Sup. Yeah. And you move on. You know, you don't need to go drink. "Oh, you wanna go on drinking?" "No, man, I'm busy. Sorry, mate, I can't." You see, many people are so limited in this belief that they have to be like mad and evil and every fucking thing, you know. "Oh, I'm not going out with him, so I'm gonna be mad as fuck. I gotta be mad as fuck now. He's gonna ask me out to drinks and I gotta beat him the fuck up." No, man, you don't. You can like make an excuse and say, "Oh man, I can't. I got something going on, you know, sorry, man. Oh no, man, I'm busy. I gotta do this stuff. You know, my mom is gonna be real mad if I don't do schoolwork, and you know, I can't even go out for a month and this kind of stuff." And then maybe, whatever the fuck they say, you don't care, you go. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to like make the worst enemies, but you can. Don't remember, you can always make enemies. But I'm saying, if you don't want, you don't need to. Anyways, stay wise and embrace the pain, because you know, no pain, no gain. Ciao.